Hello everyone, good morning to all. Welcome to our new session of e-learning class. I am Rashmi Ranjan Mishra, lecturer of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. Today I am going to discuss a subject regarding cost and management accounting. So on today's discussion, I will discuss in front of you relating to secondary distribution of overhead. Already we have discussed in our last class relating to primary distribution of overhead, or that is apportionment, and what is the basis of apportionment, and relating to that problem also worked out. Now we are going to discuss what is secondary distribution or reapportionment of overhead, and relating to that problem that will be worked out. So listen carefully and watch my problem as well as my video. If you are having any doubt, then you can give your comment in the comment sections. So now we are going to discuss what do mean by overhead. Already we said that overhead means aggregate of all indirect items, that is indirect material, indirect labor as well as indirect expenses. So and there are different types of overhead, that overhead relating to manufacturing or factory overhead, office or administrative overhead, selling and distribution overhead, etc. And relating to overhead, there are two ways of apportionment of overhead, that is one is primary distribution and another one is secondary distribution. Relating to primary distribution or apportionment of overhead, we already said that apportionment means charging the whole item of overhead relating to different departments. In an organization there are different departments. Basically one is production department which is engaged for producing product, another one is service department which is providing service, and apart from that other department which is both production as well as service. So relating to that different department, the overhead distribution is on the basis of two types, that is apportionment and reapportionment. Apportionment means charging the whole item of a cost to different production as well as service department, and when the service department costs are apportioned to production department, that is called as reapportionment or secondary distribution of overhead. So now we are going to discuss relating to that. In an organization there are three types of department. One is production department which is actually engaged in production of goods. Second one is service department which helps the production department by rendering service, and another one is which is engaged for both production as well as service department. So a service department cost are to be reapportioned to production department, that is called as a reapportionment. The process of a reapportionment of a service department cost to production department is called as reapportionment, or it is otherwise known as secondary distribution of overhead. So now we will discuss what is that service department and what are the basis of apportionment relating to that service department. In an organization there are different types of a service department. So where that is a case of a maintenance department, relating to that particular department the base for apportionment of overhead is hours worked. So maintenance department the apportionment base is hours worked. Another service department which is engaged with the payroll or timekeeping department, where the base for apportionment is total labor hours or machine hours worked, or the number of employees can be taken as the base. Basing upon the number of employees worked in the organization, the total payroll is worked out and accordingly that will be distributed. Another service department, that is employment or personnel department, where the base for apportionment is labor turnover rate or number of employees. Then the next service department, that is storekeeping department, where the base is number of requisition or value of materials. Another one is purchase department, where the base is number of purchase orders or value of materials purchased. Then the next service department is welfare, ambulance, canteen, recreation. So where the base for apportionment of a cost that relating to that service department is number of employees. Then building service, the relative area is taken as the base for apportionment of overhead. Then another one service department, that is internal transport service or crane service or overhead crane service, where the base is taken as weight or value of a product handled or weight and distance travelled. Then the next service department, that is transport department, where the base for apportionment of overhead is crane hours or truck hours or weight distance and number of packages. Then the next is powerhouse or electric power, that the service base is wattage or horsepower or machine hours or number of electric points. Then the next service department, that is powerhouse, where the base is taken as floor area or cubic content. Then we are going to discuss what are the methods of a reapportionment of overhead or redistribution of overhead. Basically, in secondary distribution there are three main methods. One is direct redistribution, second one is step down method, the third one is reciprocal service method. And this reciprocal service method is again subdivided into three parts, that is repeated distribution method, then the second one is trial and error method, and the third one is simultaneous equation method. So one by one we will discuss every methods and also work out problem relating to that methods. So come to our direct redistribution methods, where what is that direct redistribution and how that will be taken into consideration. Direct redistribution means the total of a production department cost as well as a service department cost is given in the question, and we take into consideration only the service department cost, which is directly reapportioned to different production department. That's why it is called as a direct redistribution. That means the department or service department cost is already given as per primary distribution, and based upon that service department cost when again subdivided into production department, that is called as a direct redistribution. As it is directly redistributed, that means the service department cost is directly reapportioned or redistributed over some certain basis, that is called as a direct redistribution. So how that direct redistribution method is worked out or that will be made, we can take into consideration a simple example, and by solving that example we can easily find out what is that direct redistribution and how the service department cost is reapportioned to different production department. So now we will work out a problem relating to direct redistribution method. So this is a problem relating to direct redistribution method. The question is there, a manufacturing company has 4 production department and 6 service department. So there are 4 production department, department P1, P2, P3 and P4. The service department is S1, which is engaged with the power, S2 that is engaged with the purchase, S3 that is engaged with the stores, S4 that is engaged with the canteen, S5 that is engaged with the labor welfare, S6 that is engaged with the timekeeping department. So based upon this, the following information directly apportion the service department overheads to production department. Additional information is also given, horsepower of a machine, that is relating to different production department, that P1 is 600, P2 is 600, department P3 that is 300 and department P4 that is 300. Then value of a material purchase, that is based on lakhs. For P1 that is 5 lakhs, for department P2 that is 4 lakhs, department P3 again that is 4 lakhs, department P4 that is 2 lakhs. Then number of stores requisition for department P1 that is 4, department P2 that is 3, department P3 that is 3, department P4 that is 2. Then number of workers for P1 that is 18, for P2 that is 16, for P3 that is 14 and for P4 that is 12. Relating to production department, P1 cost is rupees 30,000, department P2 cost is 30,000, department P3 cost is 24,000 and department P4 cost is rupees 16,000. Service department power that is 18,000, S2 purchase that is 15,000, stores department that is 12,000, canteen that is 9,000, the total expenses for labor welfare is 6,000 and the expenses relating to timekeeping department is 4,500. So based upon this total information, we will work out a problem relating to direct redistribution method, where the service department cost will be directly apportioned to production department on this basis. So how that will be worked out? This is the solution relating to that problem. Here it is mentioned as secondary redistribution or secondary distribution, because here we are directly reapportion the service department cost to production department. So as per primary distribution summary, the total cost relating to production department is 1 lakh. That means 30,000 plus 30,000 plus 24,000 plus 16,000. So the total amount is rupees 1 lakh. Here it is mentioned in total column. P1 getting 30,000, P2 getting 30,000, P3 getting 24,000 and P4 that is getting 16,000. Now we will divide or distribute all service department cost on some equitable basis based upon the information to production department. So how that will be reapportioned, we will work out and listen or watch it. So the first service department, that is power. We already explained in our slide that the power that will be apportioned on horsepower of a machine. So here horsepower of a machine is given, based upon that we will distribute the total amount of expenses, that is 18,000 to 4 production department. So S1, that is power, the base of apportionment is horsepower of machine, and the horsepower of a machine relating to 4 department is, if we will take into in ratio basis, that is 6:6:3:3, or if we will make it in smaller form, that is 2:2:1:1. So on the basis of that we will distribute it 2:2:1:1. That means the sum of all department, that is 2 plus 2 4 plus 1 5 plus 1 6. So the total amount of expenses relating to S1, that is 18,000, we will divide it on the basis of this ratio to 4 departments. That means 18,000 into 2 by 6, that is 6,000. Then 18,000 again into 2 by 6, that is relating to P2, again that is 6,000. Then total amount 18,000, that will be distributed to P3 on 18,000 into 1 by 6, that is 3,000. Then again 18,000 into 1 by 6, that is 3,000. So the total amount of 18,000 expenses, that will be distributed to production P1 6,000, production P2, that is 6,000, department P3, that is 3,000, again department P4, that is 3,000. Complete. Then the next service department, that is S2, which is engaged with the purchase department. So how that purchase department cost or expenses will be reapportioned? The purchase department cost will be reapportioned on value of material purchase. So we mentioned it on the basis of apportionment as value of material purchased, and the ratio is on the basis of that in lakhs, that is 5:4:4:4:2. 5:4:4:2. The total amount of expenses for purchase department is 15,000. So that 15,000 expenses will be distributed in this ratio 5:4:4:2. That means the sum of this ratio is 15. So department P1 will get 15,000 into 5 by 15, that means 15,000 into 1 by 3. So that is 5,000. Again 15,000 into 4 by 15, that is 4,000. Department P3 will get 4,000 and department P4 will get 2,000. So the sum of these 4 department is 15,000, which is the total. 5,000 plus 4,000, 9,000 plus 4,000, 13,000 plus P4, that is 2,000, is equal to 15,000. So purchase department is complete. Then next S3, which is engaged with the stores department, and that stores department, that will be apportioned on the basis of a number of stores requisition. Number of stores requisition, and the base or the ratio is 4:3:3:2. And the total of expenses relating to stores department, that is 12,000. So that 12,000 will be redistributed to these 4 production department on ratio 4:3:3:2. So P1 production department will get 12,000 into 4 by 12, that means 4,000. Then again that is 3,000 department P2. Then department P3 will get 3,000 and department P4 will get 2,000. So this is complete. Then the next one is S4, which is engaged with the canteen department, and the canteen that will be reapportioned on number of workers or number of employees. And the base or the ratio is 18:16:14:12, or if we will make it into smaller form, then that is 9:8:7:6. And the total of expenses relating to canteen is 9,000. So that 9,000 will be redistributed to P1, P2, P3, P4 on 9:8:7:6 ratio basis. So department P1 will get 9,000 into 9 by 30. That means department P1 will get 9,000 into 9 by 30. So that means that is 300 into 9, 2,700. Then department P2 will get 3,000 into 8 by 30, 3,000 into 8 by 30, that means that is 800. Then department P3 will get, the total amount is, that is 900, 900 into, that is 7 by 30, 9,000 into 7 by 30, that means 2,100. And department P4 that will get 9,000 into 6 by 30, that means that is 1,800. So department P2, that is 9,000 into 8 by 30, that means 2,400, that is a mistake, 2,400. Complete. Then S5, that is engaged with the labor welfare, that is also redistributed on a number of employees or number of workers, and that is same base, that is 9:7, 9:8:7:6. The total amount of expenses, that is 6,000. That 6,000 will be distributed on 9 by 30. That means 200 into 9, 1,800. 200 into 8, that is 1,600. Then this is 1,400. Then this is 1,200. Then department S6, last, that is timekeeping department. So this department also redistributed on a number of workers, same base, 9:8:7:6. The total amount of expenses relating to timekeeping, that is 4,500. This 4,500 will be redistributed into P1, P2, P3 and P4 on 9:8:7:6. That means 4,500 into 9 by 30. That means 150 into 9, that is 1,350. Then 150 into 8, 100, that is 1,200. Then 150 into 7, 1,050. 150 into 6, that is 900. So the total amount is 1,200 and 1,350, that is 2,550, 3,600 and 4,500. Now we will work out the total of all P1, that is likewise So this is the total of all expenses relating to 6 service department 1,64,500, and department P1, production department P1 will get total of 50,850, department P2 will get total of 48,200, department P3 will get total of 38,550, and department P4 will get total of 26,900. So this is the problem relating to direct redistribution. That means here we redistribute the total of all service department cost into 4 production department directly. So this is called as our direct redistribution method. In our next class we will discuss the other methods, that is simultaneous equation method and repeated distribution method, and based upon that we will also work out other problems. So thank you, have a good day to all of you.